The walls between us didn't just fall, they never stood a chance. When I look at her across the table, laughter soft in her eyes, I feel a quiet regret for staying because she never needed to be asked. She simply was constant, I want you to hear. While distracted, she simply was constant, I want you to hear. I distracted, I never thought anyone could be. She became the rhythm of every spy. And as I watch her move through the world with the same grace that changed mine, I know this truth will never fade. She is the story. She is the bond that ties every piece of our lives together. She is family known not by chance, not by circumstance, but by the quiet, undeniable truth of love that was always meant to be. I see now that love doesn't always come as a grand abstracted. I see now that love doesn't always come as a grand arriveth. There is no more intermediary that won't, I can't unsee. The way she hums when she's cooking, the way she listens when the day feels heavy, the way she brings calm just by being near it, while feels like the definition of home. She's family, not because of a title or a promise, but because she has become the pulse of every heartbeat that keeps this world alive for me. She is no longer someone who entered my life, she is the life I was always waiting. Not by force, but by quiet transformation. She brought color where there had been gray, laughter, the words that changed everything. It began on an ordinary evening, one of those quiet hours when time moves without urgency and everything feels unchedden. I could hear the rhythm of her breathing, steady yet trembling, as though her heart had something to say that her lips weren't ready to release. The silence was thick, but it wasn't empty. It was full of everything we had avoided, every emotion we buried. I watched her fingers trace the rim of her glass, and then without warning she looked up, and in her eyes was a softness that both frightened. Her lips parted, and the words came simple, quiet, yet shattering. The world didn't end, but something within me did. I didn't speak right away. Her words echoed in my mind, colliding with every memory we had built together. I can't keep had we had built together. I can't keep had whispered and the dark. The silence touched on fragile and trembling, and I could feel her watching me, waiting. I could see the truth in her eyes long before she said another word. When she finally spoke again, her voice was softer. I still love you, she said, but love isn't enough when we've forgotten how to feel it. The world around us faded, the ticking clock, the hum of the city outside, and all that remained was the sound of her truth. To pull her into my arms and promise I'd do better, that we could fix this. But my hands wouldn't move, as if they knew words meant nothing without underbatting, but canes glistened in the dim light. I thought of all the times I had seen her smile while thus truly seeing her, all the times she had reached out and I had been too caught in my own world to notice, to realize a scare, but from lack of attention. She had tried to tell me before, in the way her laughter faded sooner, in the way her hugs lingered a moment too long, as if trying to hold on to something, slipping away. I just hadn't listened, and now with just a few words, she had changed everything. But all I could offer was silence. Say something, she whispered, her voice trembling with the many quiet sigh. This isn't something I want you to hear while distracted. It was wrong, he said softly. I thought I was protecting you. I didn't realize I was keeping you. I didn't realize I was keeping you from yourself. His words scarred me. I simply nodded, letting the truth settle between us. It wasn't closure, exactly, but it was enough. For the first time, I saw him not as the man who could train us, as someone who had finally learned. The world felt different, not louder. The air around us seemed lighter, as though the weight that had pressed on us for so long had finally lifted. We didn't celebrate or make grand declarations. We simply lived the absence of isn't it old? When fear isn't something I want you to hear, while distracted when fear whispered that peace through the Preston. You take my hand, grounding me in the presence, remind me, like no one had power over our love. Each morning I'd wake, I'd realize the same truth, all over again. We were finally ours. The life that once felt like a dream was now something real, tender, and unbreakable. That love I understand out holding tighter. It's about knowing when to let go. He finally understood that, and though it took years of silence, heartbreak, I think he set us free not just out of resignation, but out of love. I don't hate him anymore. I'm grateful